game is a piece of shit.
Indiejacob.
I am an absolute moron with my money at times. Did you know that I've actually purchased every single Namco Museum game that's ever been released? Aside from the one on the Xbox 360, because I didn't even realize that one released up until a few months ago, and I just can't even be bothered. You see, I have this sort of addiction. Some people are addicted to money or sex or drugs. I, however, am addicted to owning virtual copies of Galaga on every goddamn device in my household. And that leads me to my video I'm making today, and it's about a Namco Museum for the Switch. So as you all probably know, ever since the PlayStation 1, Namco has been on a tirade to make sure that I, indiejacob, am personally left standing with nothing to my name and nothing in my household but collections of their old games. So the game list for the latest entry in this arcade series comes down to Dig Dug, Galaga, Galaga 88, Pac-Man, Pac-Man vs. Rolling Thunder 1, Rolling Thunder 2, Sky Kid, Splatterhouse, Tank Force, and Tower of Galaga. So a lot of these games, yes, we've seen before, and I'm kind of stupid for buying this collection, but there's also a lot of games here that we haven't seen since the arcade, so that's kind of cool. Now, did I really need to buy Pac-Man and Dig Dug again? Hell yeah, son! But hey, they're portable now, so that makes it okay. Honestly, the only real problem I have with this collection is just the games themselves. Splatterhouse, Tank Force, and Tower of Galaga are fine additions and all, but where's Mappy and Rally X and Dig Dug 2, Pole Position, Bosconian, Gapless, Pac-Mania, and Mrs. Pac-Man. Now don't get me wrong, what's here is awesome. I mean, it really is. I absolutely adore the fact that I finally have a copy of Pac-Man Vs. that I can actually play with people, and I haven't seen Rolling Thunder 2 since this country had a decent president. So the lineup of games is awesome, I just wish there was more. Because Namco, you're essentially sitting there and telling me that this is better than this. Wow, I had no idea. But Namco have completely gone out of their way in terms of the emulation here. These are expertly replicated versions of their arcade counterparts. This isn't Capcom we're talking about here. And I don't ever recall a company giving me this many options when it comes to display settings, because there's zooming, aspect ratio altering, there's different backgrounds you can add, the ability to put the game in a vertical display. This is the only way to play. So from the second I booted up one of these games on here, it was really apparent to me that Namco was actually interested in giving players an arcade experience, not a retro experience. A full-on, greasy joystick-stained, arcade-like experience. So speaking of that, no arcade games are complete without some friendly competition, am I right? Well, Namco also has you covered in that department with online rankings. And if I cared enough, I would have edited in a cheering crowd right there. So yeah, instead of your brilliant score just sitting on Galaga rotting in your copy, you can actually upload it for the world to see. And if you and your friend were ever tied in a dick measuring contest, you can now compare high scores in Pac-Man right from the comfort of your own home. But yeah, that's not all they added. Every game now has a challenge mode where you can hone your skills as an arcade mastermind and get incredibly infuriated at yourself because you now realize that you actually aren't that good at any of these games. In all seriousness though, I'm actually quite a huge fan of this mode because it adds some much respected replayability to these old games. For instance, the one in Galaga strictly has you focusing on saving captured ships, which is something personally I tend to avoid when I'm actually playing the standard game because I usually gain the double ship and then I lose it immediately, and it's just not fun for anyone. Now, I'm more than certain Namco just added Pac-Man Vs. in because of the backlash that people gave them about there only being 10 games on this collection, but I don't care. I'm just happy to finally see it resurrected again because its bright color scheme mixed with tremendous local multiplayer is sure to be a treat at get-togethers, and Namco even went the extra mile by allowing people to just download a completely free app so you can link each other's Switches up and you can actually play with each other. Now I just need to get my wife on board so I actually have someone to play this with. So in short, Namco Museum is a stupid purchase, unless you love old arcade games like I do, and you also love wasting your money. So I love the crap out of this game, but again, I just rebought many of the same games with new features, and you know what? That's totally fine with me. I don't care if I get judged. I could have bought a sequel in an up-and-coming fresh franchise, but I said nope! Give me Rolling Thunder for the third time. Give me Pac-Man until the day I die. I'm just so happy I can play these games finally on the go and at home now. So what's it gonna take for me to see a sequel from you, Namco? Like, what dark, twisted deeds must I do to get what I want out of you guys? Because if it means that I get to play Mappy on the Switch, I'd probably do it.